Hi, welcome to the Tailoring of the Month. This is a series we'll be doing monthly for our partner newsletters. And what we'll be doing is we'll be going through some common tailorings that were asked about by customers and showing our partners, of course, how to do these utilizing the Wisys design tools. So this month, we're going to be going over signature and picture capture and how to add those to a form, on the handheld in Agility 360. Now, the reason I say Agility 360, the ability to take pictures and capture signatures on the handheld device, is completely dependent on native Android capability. So with Agility 360 being a native Android application, we are able to do that on the handheld device using it. Any devices using Agility Mobile will not be able to perform the actions that we're adding to the form today. So while an Agility Mobile device could still use the form we're creating, the steps that would allow you to capture a signature or a picture would not happen from within Agility Mobile. So I'm going to start by opening up Form Studio. For those of you that aren't familiar, that's FS. As far as the Wisys design tool applications are concerned, it's FS, Wisys Visual Form Studio. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and open up a custom project. We want to make sure we do this in a custom project so it's not overridden when we update our Wisys system. So I'm going to go to my Tailoring of the Month project. Then we're also going to want to make sure to copy the form for the same reason. If we went in here and went in Agility Essentials and made changes to an out-of-the-box form, every time we update our Wisys system, that form would be overridden and all would be lost. So if you're going into Form Studio and you're creating something custom, make sure you go into your own custom project like I did with my Tailoring of the Month project, and you create a copy of the form that you want to use. And for today, we're just basically going to copy a out of the box form, make almost no changes to the user interface at all. And we're simply going to add the ability to do signature and picture capture. So we're going to use that base with an out of the box form. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple today. I'm going to go with a goods receipt form. Let's see here. I'm just going to do my out of the box goods receipt from Agility Essentials. And I'm going to name it TOM goods receipt for tailoring of the month. It's a good common practice to put the initials of the client in front of the name of the new application, just so you can save that in a repository later and know what tailored applications go to which one of your customers. Now I'm going to hit OK here and open it up. So we see here we have our TOM goods receipt. I'm also going to get rid of this form terms ID here because I want it to actually say TOM goods receipt. That will take away the ability for the form to be translated to other languages. So if we need that ability, we want to keep the term in there so it can be translated. But for today, so I can make sure I'm using the right form when I test, I'm just going to change it to say TOM goods receipt. Save. And now before we can add the actions that actually enable signature and picture capture, we have to enable it on the form as a whole first. So up here in the form settings, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. And here we have camera enabled and signature enabled. I'm going to turn both of those from false to true. And that will give the form as a whole the ability to access the necessary components of Agility 360 to capture images and signatures. All right, I'm going to save that again. And now I'm going to go ahead and get started adding the transactions that I need. So I'm going to go to my save button. I'm going to go in my actions here. And as we can see, there's nothing currently that's related to signature or image capture. So I'm going to add upload image here. And in my upload image action, I'm going to have to select a object that will define what we're going to be doing. So in this case, if I go to my ellipses here, I can search. I have a goods receipt image upload. I'm going to just select that here. Now there's, of course, various different object transactions out there for all the different types of forms and types of transactions that we can do in SAP Business One. There's a image upload for a goods receipt PO or for a purchase order, all kinds of different objects out there. So we selected our specific one, goods receipt, image upload. And we're actually going to just reuse the image upload today for signature capture just to show you how easy it is. So now we're going to go through. We select our upload path here. That's pre-programmed. That will always be there. That's just based on your path defined in SAP Business 1. Then we're going to go to our doc entry here. We want posted doc entry. That is the document entry number of the posted goods receipt once we are finished. We're going to have to leave this blank for now because we have to define that variable. Then once again, we have our pre-programmed error message that we're going to feed into the error so we can actually understand what the error is if an error happens. There should be no object properties here. Now we're almost done. We're going to hit OK. I'm also going to move this before the print document action. In my opinion, something like uploading the image, you obviously want it to take place after all the actual transactions in the system, but I want that to happen before a document is printed. So we'll put it right here at step 6. Close that. And now I need to add in a variable here for our attachment abs entry. So I'm going to do new, and it is numeric. We're just going to call it attachment abs entry. This will just allow us to capture the abs entry number for that attachment whenever we create the image here. So if we need to look at that later, we can. Attachment abs entry. So now everything is set up here for an image upload. Now I'm going to repeat the exact same step for my signature capture. You could use a different object here. Of course, there could be a signature and an image capture object, but I'm just going to repeat the exact same steps with the same object. So once again, upload path is predefined, error message is predefined. I need my posted doc entry, the doc entry that will be created after the goods receipt PO is posted, and then a attachment abs entry to get the abs entry number of the attachment we're creating. And we want to automatically display a signature capture screen with that. We also want to do that on the image capture, so I'm going to go back into my image here and automatically display the camera. So the image will happen first, the camera will come up, ask us to select an image, we will do so, select an image, and then we will go down to the signature capture next, which will prompt us to sign automatically. We will do that. We can also require signatures or images. In this case, I want to have the option to not do it if I don't want to. So we leave those unchecked, but we want these to display automatically, so we leave those checked. And now our transactions are set up. Now, typically, when I show you things in Form Studio, I would test in here. I would simulate and I would test. But what we'll notice, because this is using Agility Mobile, if I go ahead and do something like that in here, nothing is going to happen as far as the signature and picture capture is concerned. See, my goods receipt is created. We skipped right to the printing step because we're using Agility Mobile. It can't take advantage of the native Android capabilities. So we're going to need to use an Agility 360 emulator. Now, typically I have one in my Wisys handheld skin, but right now I'm using a BlueStacks emulator here for Agility 360. So this is exactly what it would look like on a mobile device in the warehouse. But in this case, I'm just emulating it here on my computer screen. Actually, before I log in too, of course, we need to give ourselves access to the new form. So I'm going to go up here, go into my roles, and I am going to give myself access to our newly created form. So my Wisys demo role that I use, and I need that TOM goods receipt PO, or goods receipt, not goods receipt PO, TOM goods receipt. Hit OK. Now I have access to use the form on the handheld, which is an important and crucial first step. and I can bring back up my BlueStacks emulator here to test. So I'm just going to log in here, go into my demo database. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead down and select my TOM goods receipt application. And I'm just going to go through the same process that I would on the out of the box goods receipt form. So I can select to receive any item I'd like. I'll do this FD1523 to any bin and a quantity of 5 and hit save. And I'm automatically prompted here to add an image to the transaction. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay. And now if I go here to my images, I can select my screenshot, no images to display, and we'll hit check. And then I'm going to just capture my signature here as well. So on the handheld, I would just be signing. There, I just did my little scribble, check mark, and the process will complete itself here, prompting that print that we talked about before. But for today's sake, we'll just cancel that. And now the process is done. So if we jump back over to SAP and we take a look at our recent goods receipt, what we should see is an attachment there for our signature as well as our image that we took that screenshot of. So we see both here. We can go ahead and display this first one. And here we have our no images to display. That's just our screenshot. And here we have our signature. Very nice. Black on black here in the image, so it's a little harder to tell, but you get the gist. So just like that, we enabled a form for signature and picture capture. So it was relatively easy. Just running back through the steps, we did a copy of an out-of-the-box form. We simply enabled those form settings to be able to access a camera and access the ability to capture a signature. And then we just added those actions of image upload and signature upload as well, setting it to automatically prompt you to select an image and take in a signature. So pretty easy here. One of the more simple tailorings that we're going to do, but something that's highly requested because of the nature of the new Android product, Agility 360. A lot of customers are looking to take advantage of that, and it's something that simply isn't added to the out-of-the-box product because of the fact that we still offer Agility Mobile, which can't access the signature and picture capture. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something today, and now you'll be able to bring your customers the full abilities of the Agility 360 application.